Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. In this video we are going to learn how we can create custom helper in Laravel. Helpers in Laravel are functions that can be used globally throughout your application. For example, you can use it anywhere you want. You can use it in your blade file, in your controller, in your models, anywhere you want you can use the helpers. While Laravel comes with a set of built-in helpers, sometimes you may need to create your own custom helpers to encapsulate a specific functionality tailored to your application needs. In this tutorial, we will learn how to create a custom helper function and apply it to a real life scenario. So as you guys can see in here, I already have created many helpers that each of them does a specific task. For example, the first helper will format a phone number. If I come to my browser and refresh the page, as you guys can see, it formats the number that I give it to the helper as a parameter to a phone number design. And also we have another helper in here that generates a random strings. If I come to my browser and refresh, it will give me a random string every time I refresh the page. Next, I have created a format currency where you give him a value and it will format to a specific currency. For example, in here, if I come now, refresh, as you guys can see, it added the symbol in front of that, on front of that number, showing it's a currency with these 2 decimal places. We can also assign how many number of places or symbol I want. For example, right now by default it's $. I can add any currency like AFN, and I want 3 decimal or 4 decimal places. Now if I go to browser, refresh the page, as you guys can see, it add that symbol or the code that I give and with a 4 decimal places. Another helper that I created, it's that is convert bytes to kilobytes, and as you guys can see in here, I should take the megabyte, how much megabyte it becomes. So if I go and refresh, as you guys can see, I got 1 GB. Similarly, another helper that I created is calculate age based on the date of birth. So imagine if you want to calculate an age of a user, so you can use this helper. So let's go and refresh. As you guys can see, I got the age number. So without wasting any time, I have a lot of helpers created, so I don't want to waste any more time in explaining. Let's see how we can build these helpers and we can use them in our real life scenario. So let's go and create some helpers. So to create a custom helper, first we need to create a file. So I'm going to inside my app directory, and in here I will create a new file with the name of custom helper.php, and in here PHP tag. So the file is ready. Now we have to register it. So we have to go to our composer.json file, and in here we have to scroll down until we find autoload. Then inside the autoload we will type files, and in here I will open an array. Inside this array I will type the path of my custom helper. So I will type app and custom helper.php. So after that let's open our terminal, and in here we have to type composer dump -auto load and enter. So it will take around some time, maybe 5 or 6 seconds. Okay, it's done. Now we don't need our terminal. Let's close it, and now let's go to our custom helper.php, the file that we just created, and in here we will create our first custom helper. So in here let's create our first custom helper, the format currency. First thing I will do, because Laravel has too many helpers, I don't want the names to get conflicted, so I will type if function name is not available. So if function exists, if not exists with this this name, format currency, in that case function, and same name. Then we have to type the parameters. The first parameter that I want, which is required also, is amount. So I will type amount. Then I need the symbol. In years, by default, I will set the symbol $, and also one and more parameter as a precision is equal to 2. So by default, it should have 2 decimal places, and the default symbol should be $, but the amount, the user has to give the amount. Now in here I will type return $, symbol, and concatenate this with number, format, and $, amount, comma, precision. So our helper is ready, that much code. So now if I come to my custom helper controller, in here if I return format currency and give it an amount, so this is the same helper that we created, as you guys can see, format currency, and in here also format currency. Now in here if I give him 200 and go to my browser, refresh the page, as you guys can see, I got the currency symbol with the 2 decimal places. In here I can now let's give it a currency sample, for example AFN with 5 decimal places, and refresh the page. Now I got this number. Now let's create one more custom helper to understand it more. Let's go to our custom helper.php, and in here let's create a new custom helper to calculate the age. So I will type if this function does not exist with the name of calculate age, in that case create a function with the name of calculate age and date of birth as a parameter. Then DOB, date of birth, is equal to new date time and $and DOB. Then now is equal to new date time and calculate the age. So age will be equal to DOB, the parameter that we give this. And now let's return $age y. Now let's call this calculate age inside our controllers. So let's comment this out, and in here let's type return calculate age and give it a date of, for example, 12/01/1995. Now let's go to our browser and refresh the page. Now as you guys can see, I got the age as 28 years old. So I can do, for example, 2000 and refresh the page. Now I got 23 years old. Now let's see how we can use it with our database, with our real data. So for example, if I come in my VS Code and scroll down with my database, migrations and product table, in here as you guys can see, I have buying price and selling price. So for example, if I want to show this with a currency and with the decimal places, I will come to my model in here and products table. I will create a new field by appending. So I will type protected $appends is equal to that new column name, for example, buying price with currency, and in here I will also create an accessor. So I will type public function get. Let's copy this and paste it here, and attribute Then inside this I will type return format currency, the custom helper that we created, and inside this I will send this attribute buying price, as an array, like an array, and buying price, my column name. Now if I come to my custom helper controller, and instead of this, if I return products : all, and go to my browser, refresh the page. Okay, I got an error. Let's go back to products, attributes, in here, attributes. Now let's go back, refresh the page. Okay, I got my data. Now as you guys can see, I got a new column in here with the name of buying price with currency. So it shows the currency symbol with 2 decimal places. I can change it also. For example, if I want the currency symbol as an AFN and 6 decimal places. Now let's refresh back. Now as you guys can see, I got that currency as an AFN with the actual amount, which is here, and with the 6 decimal places in here. As if I scroll down also, all the buying prices have currency code with the decimal places. So hope you guys enjoyed this video and like this video, and if you have any questions, write it down in the comments. You can find this file. I will add more custom helpers inside my GitHub repo. So if you want to add more custom helpers, please add it in my GitHub repo, so you guys can be also a contributor to this custom helper. And see you guys in the next video.